streaks on the window pane, blurring the city lights in watercolor smears. The air inside is thick with the scent of dark roast and slightly burnt sugar. A comforting heavy blanket to chill. The bell above the door gives a tired single chime every time someone enters or leaves.
But right now it's quiet, just the hiss of the espresso machine and the low, careful turning of pages. I'm tucked into the corner booth, the old velvet worn smooth beneath my fingertips, watching the dust motes dance in the shaft of weak afternoon sun that fights its way through the clouds. This is where time slows down, where the frantic rhythm of the week finally surrenders. The acoustic melody playing low through the speakers is simple, just 4 chords repeating, grounding the space.
Across the room, a woman with silver hair meticulously folds a newspaper, creases sharper than any knife edge. She sips her tea, eyes closed for a brief second, tasting something private and profound.
I trace the rim of my empty mug, the ceramic warm and grounding. Then I notice it, a faded sepia-toned photograph slipped halfway out of the spine of the menu holder on the table next to mine.
It's a picture of 2 children, maybe 5 and 7, standing by a carousel, their smiles wide and missing teeth. It's decades old, forgotten, a small piece of someone else's history accidentally left behind in this communal space.
I wonder who they became, and if they ever found their way back to this specific scent of coffee and cinnamon.
That small rectangular piece of paper holds a whole life, a vanished summer day captured forever by a cheap camera flash. It makes me think about the fleeting nature of permanence.
We chase milestones, the loud dramatic chapters, but these moments, the steam rising from the cup, the silent shared space with strangers, the accidental discovery of a forgotten memory, these are the real anchors.
The world outside is demanding,
full of deadlines and noise, but here the only requirement is presence. I pull out my notebook not to write, but just to feel the rough texture of the paper.
Suddenly feeling overwhelmingly grateful for this pause button. The barista humming a tune I almost recognize, wipes down the counter with methodical soothing strokes.
It's a choreography, a quiet maintenance, a gentle ritual that holds the day together. I watch the condensation drip down the glass, marking the slow passage of time.
Oh, the quiet architecture of a Tuesday afternoon, where the world spins slower just for me.
This sweet low hum, the gentle echo of forgotten things. This is where the truest light begins. It's not in the grand design, but in the coffee ring stains and the way the shadows fall, finding grace in the gentle rhythm, in the soft persistent rain that falls. This cafe moment perfectly preserved, a tiny warm universe outside the wall. It's a sanctuary built of steam and silence, a beautiful unassuming home.
I carefully push the photograph back into the menu spine, deciding it doesn't need rescuing, it needs to wait. Maybe it belongs here,
a ghost of memory protecting this corner. It's a silent promise that some things, though lost to the individual, remain held by the collective space. I realize that every table, every chipped sugar bowl holds layers of unspoken conversations, first dates, different goodbyes, and solitary reckonings.
The warmth in my chest isn't just the caffeine, it's the understanding that I am connected
to all these invisible histories, simply by sharing the air and the acoustic guitar track playing low through the speakers. A perfect, unassuming tapestry woven from fleeting light and lingering smells, proving that the most profound experiences are often the smallest, tucked away between the lines of a busy day. This stillness is the loudest truth.
Finally softens to a mist, then stops entirely. A silver sheen reflects off the wet street outside, and the ceiling lights seem brighter now. I gather my coat, leaving the quiet hum undisturbed, leaving the photograph exactly where I found it. The bell chimes softly as I push the door open, letting the cool, clean air wash over me.
But the warmth of the worn velvet and the scent of cinnamon stays clinging to my sweater. I carry this moment, this quiet, perfect Tuesday afternoon, out into the louder world, a hidden, precious souvenir. The memory of the light hitting the dust motes, a silent benediction, and the world feels just a little bit kinder now, held together by the memory of a warm, forgotten space. The bell above the door gives its tired, familiar chime, and I settle into the booth that seems to stop the hands of time. The windows are heavy with the condensation of the day, blurring the rush hour traffic into streaks of silver gray. The air is thick and comforting, a blend of roasted bean and old paperbacks left open, a quiet, gentle scene. I watch the barista Leo spin the steam wand with a practiced ease, creating tiny ephemeral clouds that drift among the potted trees. There's a low constant hum here, a manner of humanity, a symphony composed of struans and sighs and soft serenity. I peel back the paper wrapper on a sugar cube I won't use, just enjoying a sharp, crisp sound, the simple, small excuse to linger here where the world outside feels distant and contained, and where the quiet rhythm of the afternoon is carefully maintained. I came here searching for a catalyst, a sudden blinding flash to shake loose the heavy inertia, the lingering emotional lash left from a week spent chasing deadlines that never seemed to yield, feeling like a worn-out scarecrow standing lonely in a field. My notebook lies untouched, the pristine white pages mocking me, demanding glad ideas, profound, necessary poetry. But all I find are small observations, footnotes of the mundane, the way the leather on a seat cushion is softened by the passing rain, the gentle squeak the floorboards make when Mrs. Albright walks by, the perfect, precise angle of the clock hand against the sky, visible through a momentary gap in the street lamp's hazy hazy light, I trace the outline of the cup handle, holding on with all my might, searching for the meaning in the micro, missing the beauty near my hand, lost in the expectation of a landscape that I can't quite understand. And my eyes catch on a detail small enough to almost miss the rim of my favorite mug, chipped perfectly, a tiny parenthesis. It's the one they always give me, the stoneware with the faint blue glaze. It carries the history of countless mornings, countless hazy days. And I remember Leo telling me it cracked the day he dropped it low, but he kept it because sometimes the flaws are what help things grow. And suddenly the focus shifts, the grand search feels absurdly wide, because the whole story of persistence is held right there inside that small and perfect curve, still holding the warmth and the coffee dark, still serving its purpose, reaving its specific gentle mark. I'm a gull in a shaft of late sun, piercing the café's dusty air, illuminates a single floating dust mote, suspended without a care. It's a miniature universe dancing in a beam of golden light, and it hits me. The perfect moment isn't some colossal sudden high, but the brace sound in a minuscule, the persistent quiet hum, the realization that the masterpiece is simply what we have become. Oh, the steady drip of praise, the slow motion revelation, found not in the thunder, but in a quiet conversation. It's the steam on the window, the worn out familiar wood. It's knowing that even the smallest vessel holds something sacred and good. This is where the grand narratives retreat and the small details rise, and the scent of burnt sugar and the kindness in the barista's eyes. We wait for epiphanies, but the real magic is the cause, the simple, enduring poetry governed, opened by these quiet, gentle oars. The rain outside, it shifted from a downpour to a steady beat, like a metronome setting a rhythm for the hearts along the street. I close my notebook, the pages remain gloriously, beautifully blank, because the lesson wasn't meant to be written, but absorbed like the damper strings. I stop trying to force the feeling. The pressure finally starts to lift, accepting that being
Rain streaks down the window pane, blurring the neon sign across the street into a watercolor smear. The air inside this nook is thick with the scent of dark roast and old paperbacks, a sanctuary woven from steam and quiet contemplation. There's a low, steady hiss from the espresso machine, a white noise lullaby that filters out the frantic inner city just beyond the heavy oak door. I trace the rim of my mug, the ceramic warm against my fingertips, listening to the soft rimming click of knitting needles 2 tables over. It's 4 p.m., the golden hour for solitude, when the light catches the dust motes dancing in the air above the warm, dark mahogany counter. I found my anchor here, a temporary harbor built on the simple promise of warmth and time that moves just a little slower than everywhere else. I sink deeper into the tied leather of the armchair, the kind that remembers 100 conversations and countless forgotten dreams. My notebook lies open, a single half-formed sentence, waiting patiently, mirroring my own suspended state. I'm not waiting for anyone specific today, but for a feeling, the one that used to arrive with the first sip of bitter black coffee, and the memory of your easy laugh echoing off these very walls. We used to measure time in the lifespan of a single sugar cube dissolving in the cup, debating philosophy and the ridiculousness of traffic laws, utterly convinced that the small universe contained within this cafe was the only reality that mattered. The world outside seems frantic, a rush of horns and hurried footsteps, but here the clock only ticks when the barista gently scrapes the milk foam from the counter. I watch a young man across the room nervously rehearsing a conversation in his head, his lips forming silent pleas, and I recognize that familiar anxious hope. We are all just waiting for a moment to matter, aren't we?
The silence is not empty, it's rich, layered with the subtle sound, shared humanity, the turning of a page, the whisper of a confession, the gentle clink of a spoon against ceramic. I recall the last time we sat here, the light fading just like this, and you told me the true happiness wasn't about grand achievements, but about recognizing the small, perfect intersections of light and shadow, like the way the steam catches the afternoon sun. I didn't fully understand it then. I was chasing the grand sweeping narratives. Now years later, sitting alone, I finally feel the weight of that truth settle comfortably upon my shoulders.
The expectation of your return has dissolved, not into sadness, but into a quiet acceptance, leaving behind only the residual warmth of the shared memory. This corner, this specific scent of dark roast and the distant murmur of jazz holds the ghost of that conversation, keeping it safe and untarnished by the years that have passed since I find a peculiar strength in the permanence of this temporary space, realizing the true meaning of home isn't found in walls, but in the echoes of profound connection left behind in the most ordinary places. Oh, the quiet magic of the mundane, the way the spoon hits the ceramic just right. It's the anchor dropped in the torrential rain, illuminating the simplest, clearest light. This is where the hurried heart finds rest, tucked away from the insistent drone. In the steam and the cinnamon dust, I'm not waiting for a sign, I'm finally home. It's the sound of the world breathing slow, a gentle, steady, deep exhale. This small, contained, forgotten glow, the only story that will never fail. I close my eyes and let the warmth of the coffee cup bleed into my palm, feeling the texture of the moment, the gentle hum of the refrigerator being the heartbeat of the afternoon. It's a realization that hits not with a shock, but with a slow, undeniable grace. The significance wasn't in the person I was waiting for, but in the deliberate act of showing up for the moment itself. The small ritual, the familiar chair, the dedication to stillness, these are the true acts of courage. The grand narratives fade, but the sensory details remain sharp and true. The weight of worry lifts, replaced by the heavy, comforting blanket of acceptance. The world keeps spinning, indifferent to my introspection, yet I feel perfectly aligned, perfectly centered in this insignificant, perfect hour. Oh, the quiet magic of the mundane, the way the spoon hits the ceramic just right. It's the anchor dropped in the torrential rain, illuminating the simplest, clearest light. This is where the hurried heart finds rest, tucked away from the insistent drone. In the steam and the cinnamon dust, I'm not waiting for a sign, I'm finally home. It's the sound of the world breathing slow, a gentle, steady, deep exhale. This small, contained, forgotten glow, the only story that will never fail. The coffee is long cold now, gag fetter.
Keeps time against the window pane, a slow, insistent beat. Steam ghosts curl above the porcelain rim, where bitter meets the sweet. Cornerstone Cafe 4:15, the low hum of the afternoon. Old leather chairs and the faint, comforting smell of a book read too soon. The barista sighs, wiping down the counter, a quiet practice grace. Everything here knows its rhythm, its designated peaceful place. I came in searching for a clean slate, a quiet corner to unfold. My notebook open, pages blank and waiting, a story yet untold. But inspiration is a shy bird, it won't land when you call its name. So I just watch the world instead, playing this observational game. Across the room, an architect sketches lines, his brow furrowed deep in thought, each careful stroke a silent argument, meticulously fought and bought. He doesn't look up, lost in the blueprint, building dreams on thin white paper. His focus is a kind of silent prayer, shielding him from the world's vapor. The sunlight breaks through the clouds for a moment, catching dust motes in the air. They dance like tiny, forgotten stars, suspended without a care. I see a woman knitting by the fireplace, her needles clicking low and fast, creating warmth thread by thread, building something designed to last. She smiles briefly at the past, secret triumph in her eye. It's not the grand gestures that define us, not the moment shouted loud in the sky, but the steady, soft dedication hidden deep within the crowd's daily flow. In the persistence of the small things where all true beauty starts to grow. Oh, the quiet architecture of the day, built on moments we often forget. Just the clinking of a spoon against the glass, lessons we haven't learned yet. It's in the steam, the steady hand, the rhythm of the slow pour, finding the profound comfort in the simple fact that we always ask for more. But the real magic waits right here, inside the ordinary hour. The gentle, unassuming power. I close my notebook, realizing the page was never truly blank. It was filled with the sounds of this room, the small truths I silently drank. The narrative wasn't mine alone, it belonged to the man drawing lines, to the woman weaving futures, to the subtle comforting signs. This place is a library of living, where every breath is a chapter writ, and the words I needed were spoken by the silent souls instead. I put my pen down, finally seeing the masterpiece in the routine shift, an unexpected, quiet, perfect gift. Swells slightly as the door chimes and someone leaves, leaving only the warmth behind, the way the heart believes. The rain has stopped now, leaving the pavement glistening clean and new. I pick up my pen, ready to write down the simple, beautiful truth, that even the smallest moments hold the universe perfectly brewed, perfectly brewed. Silver streams tonight, a watercolor blur against the amber light. The scent of roasted bean and cinnamon spice hangs heavy in the soft, low ceiling space. Two wooden chairs sit empty by the counter's polished edges. Quiet hum, a steady pledge. The bell above the door hasn't chimed in 20 minutes or more. Just the gentle hiss of the espresso pour. I breathe it in the atmosphere, a sanctuary built of wood and shadow, holding every fear. I'm nursing a lukewarm Earl Grey, watching the city rush blur past my little hideaway. My notebook is open, waiting for the muse, but the words are tangled, refusing to choose. Just the sound of the milk frothing, a mechanical sigh, and the low chatter of a couple sitting nearby. A melody tries to catch a phrase I can't quite hold, a story I'm too timid to let its soul. Its cover is faded blue, the page is dog-eared and worn, clearly carried through many a restless morn. A faded dedication penned in shaky blue ink, a message someone wanted someone else to think. It reads simply, may these words be the anchor you need when the world feels too fast, too much indeed. It wasn't mine, but the weight of that simple script felt like a secret whispered, a promise kept. I traced the worn edges, imagining the hands that held this fragile treasure, the shared history of strangers, measured not by time but by shared quiet pleasure. The realization dawns that the biggest feelings often arrive in the smallest vessels, like dust motes dancing in sunbeams, or silent shared testaments. Oh, these are the tiny epic scenes, the quiet golden hours where life unfolds between the steam and the wilting table flowers. It's not the grand gestures or the loud dramatic breaks, it's the gentle resonance the simple moment makes, finding eternity in the clinking of a porcelain cup, where the heart decides to finally fill itself up. We search for fireworks, but the truth is always here in the soft warm light, chasing away the fear. That dedication, just 3 lines long and fading fast, meant everything to someone, a memory meant to last. Proof that connection doesn't need a shouting throng, just a fragile moment shared, a feeling where we belong. I close my eyes and suddenly the rhythm starts to flow. The rain outside is just a riffing slow tempo. The blank page isn't empty anymore, it's waiting for the echo of the moment that walked through the cafe door. I pick up my pen, the lead scratching lightly on the page, turning the quiet cafe into my stage. The inspiration wasn't outside, wasn't forced, it was waiting here in the history of a book divorced from its owner, a lesson gently sourced. The rain slows to a whisper, the light outside grows soft and deep. The warmth of this quiet haven, a promise I will keep. I leave the book untouched beneath the sugar, a message floating free, knowing the most profound things happen quietly. Just coffee, steam and memory, and the gentle hum of existence finally setting me free. Just the hum of the espresso machine and the quiet scrape of chairs on the polished floor. Another afternoon blurring into the sheen of the window glass, wanting nothing more than this slow tempo, this gentle muted sound, where lost thoughts and feelings can be found. The air is thick with cardamom and steamed milk, a perfect, predictable velvet silk. Outside the city rushes past in grey, but in this corner time forgets the day. I trace the condensation on my mug, a small ceramic comforting hug. The low light catches dust motes in the beam, living out this quiet coffee-fueled dream. I watch the barista steady in his flow. He knows the rhythm, steady and slow. Every cup a ritual, every pour precise, offering a temporary warm paradise. I pull my knitted scarf a little tighter, making the small, quiet world feel brighter. In the corner booth, where the shadows pool, breaking every single societal rule that demands constant motion, constant noise. I bask in the silence, savoring my choice. Oh, this gentle longing, soft as the foam, a quiet ache that feels just like home. It's not sadness, just the space between the way things are and what they could have been. Like the last drop of honey sinking slow, a sweet persistent feeling I know. In this cozy corner where the world is mute, I plant the seed of a hopeful root for the small moments, the ones that truly last. Sheltered from the future, shielded from the past. The couple by the window sharing whispered jokes. He straightens her scarf, she gently strokes the back of his hand, a silent language spoken, a perfect moment beautifully unbroken. I don't envy them, I just observe the ease, the simple comfort found beneath the trees of their shared history, their intertwined fate. While I sit here wonderfully separate, the jazz piano trickles through the air, a minor key that shows it truly cares about the solitary soul who sits and waits for nothing much, just turning the pages of their fates. I notice the chip paint on the windowsill, a small imperfection standing perfectly still, and it reminds me that perfection is a myth. True beauty lies in the quiet aftermath of effort and time, of living and of grace, reflected in the stillness of this place. Oh, this gentle longing, soft as the foam, a quiet ache that feels just like home. It's not sadness, just the space between the way things are and what they could have been. Like the last drop of honey sinking slow, a sweet persistent feeling I know. In this cozy corner where the world is mute, I plant the seed of a hopeful root for the small moments, the ones that truly last. Sheltered from the future, shielded from the past. Is waiting an active choice or just a pause, breaking free from self-imposed laws? The steam rises, blurring the window pane, reflecting back the promise of the rain that washes everything clean. Eventually, maybe I stir my coffee, watching it turn hazy, thinking of the paths I chose to leave behind, the scattered pieces of a searching mind. This cafe is an anchor in the shifting tide, where all my unsaid secrets safely hide. They mingle with the smell of roasting beans, the quiet tapestry of forgotten scenes. I pull out a warm book, turning the leaf, finding comfort in the narrative relief. But the words blur because my mind is caught in the simple beauty that the moment brought. The way the light illuminates the dust, a silent testament to faith and trust that even in the stillness things are moving, subtly shifting, gently proving that growth happens in the quietest hours, like the slow unfurling of unseen flowers. And maybe the longing isn't for a face or a destination or a different place, but for the feeling of being utterly seen in the quietest moment, in the space between the inhale and the exhale, the coming and the going, accepting the gentle rhythm of not knowing that sometimes the most profound connection found is with the stillness here on sacred ground. I let the tension slip from my shoulders now, making a silent, uncomplicated vow to honor the quiet, to respect the need to simply sit and plant the hopeful seed that everything I need is right here today, in the warmth as the afternoon fades away. Oh, this gentle longing, just the space between the way things are and what they could have been. Like the last drop of honey sinking slow, a sweet persistent feeling I know. In this cozy corner where the world is mute, I plant the seed of a hopeful root. Yes, I plant the seed, letting the quiet grow, watching the rain fall steady and slow. For the small moments, the ones that truly last, sheltered from the future, shielded from the past. The last sip is cool, the moment complete. The sound of the rain tapping a soft retreat, leaving only the warmth of the wood understood, perfectly understood, until the next rainy day. I find my way back to stay. Just the hum of the machine, if a part of the dirt. Soft percussion on the awning outside, muffling the city's frantic pace inside. The air is thick with the sweet dark promise of espresso, and the faint scent of old paper bags stacked haphazardly near the window seat. It's 3:15, the golden hour filtering weakly through the condensation on the glass. The low hum of the milk steamer is the bass line to this afternoon's quiet symphony. I'm tucked into the corner booth, 2 sugar packets still unopened, watching the world move slowly past my half-finished latte. This small wooden table feels like an island of calm, a silent refuge against the relentless tide of urgency that defines everything else outside these 4 walls. The temperature of the mug in my hands is a perfect, enduring warmth. Across the room near the brass coat racks, it's a man I've never seen before, yet he feels like a permanent fixture. His tweed jacket is slightly worn at the elbows, and his silver hair catches the weak light. He's not on his phone, a rare sight in this digital age. Instead, he nurses a single cup of black coffee and works diligently in a large leather-bound journal. The penmanship must be exquisite. He pauses, considers, then moves with deliberate grace. It's not hurried work, it's a dedication, a slow unveiling of thought, a commitment to the tangible. I wonder if he's writing a memoir or just the day's groceries, but the intensity in his brow suggests something far more profound, something that matters only to him, and that makes the act sacred. He is tracing the map of his interior world with the steady hand of an architect. I'm usually rushing, checking the clock, chasing deadlines that dissolve into air the moment they're met. But watching him anchor himself to that page, it's a quiet rebellion against the fleeting nature of modern life. It makes me realize how much of my own existence is spent scrolling past moments instead of settling into them. I see the deep indentation his pen leaves on the paper, a physical record of time spent, not wasted. I wish I had a record like that, something tangible that proves I was present. The way the light catches the dust motes dancing above his head makes the whole scene feel like a painting, a still life titled Patience. Maybe the true art isn't the finished product, but the deliberate act of showing up day after day for the small demanding task of creation, finding meaning in the repetition of the ordinary. His quiet focus is a masterclass in living intentionally. These gilded moments in the gray afternoon light, where the steam from the cup feels like breathing just right. It's the whisper of permanence in a world built on speed, the unspoken lesson philosophy etched into the dark wood grain, that the smallest of things can absorb all the pain. And just for this hour, the noise all dissolves, and the universe waits on the simple resolve to sit and to savor, to watch and to learn the silent steady turning of the page we must turn. We are all just writers, filling up our allotted space, hoping for a moment of unhurried cafe-infused grace. Then he closes the book with a definitive soft thud, the sound that echoes louder than any shouted declaration. He takes a long, slow sip of his now cool coffee, and his eyes, deep set and kind, meet mine for a fraction of a second. There is no judgment, no intrusion, just a shared recognition of the quiet truth of the room. In that split second I understood his dedication wasn't about the words themselves. It was the discipline of showing up for his own life, prioritizing the internal landscape over the external clamor. It wasn't genius he was recording, it was just living, rendered visible and intentional. I reach for my own small notebook, forgotten beneath my phone, and feel the familiar weight of the blank page, calling for a single, honest observation. The shift happens not in the storm, but in the gentle settling of the dust. The world outside is still rushing, but my internal clock has finally slowed to the tempo of the rain, anchored by the simple, beautiful fact of one man's quiet commitment to his thoughts. He rises slowly, pulling his coat tight against the coming evening chill, leaving a small circular condensation ring on the table, a perfect ephemeral halo. He nods once, a silent benediction, and steps back out into the muffled confusion of the street. I watch the empty chair, but the feeling of purpose remains. A warm residue, the barista starts wiping down the counter, the clink of ceramic on ceramic sounding like wind chimes in the distance. I don't finish my latte, I just open my notebook, feel the texture of the paper, and instead of worrying about the future chapters, I simply write down the date and the time. The rain is a quiet percussion against the steamed up window pane, and the air here is thick with dark roast and the ghost of old cologne. Soft jazz bleeds from the speakers, barely audible above the hiss of the antique espresso machine, a small necessary bliss. I'm nursing a lukewarm chamomile, watching the world blur outside, where hurried footsteps and yellow taxis cannot abide. This slow, deliberate pace we keep inside these four walls, where time doesn't rush, it merely stalls. He walks in precisely at 3:15 every Tuesday and every Friday. Always the warm blue scarf, even when the forecast promises made. He doesn't look up, he doesn't check his phone, just nods to the barista Jane. He orders the single macchiato, no sugar, and finds his usual stain on the plush velvet armchair by the bookshelf where the light is dim and low. It's a ritual I've witnessed weekly for months, watching the quiet show. I used to think routine was rigid, a cage built of shoulds and musts. But watching him anchor himself here, I see the sacred trust in the predictable, the small comforts that shield us from the vast unknown. It's not solitude he seeks, but a place where he can truly be known. If only by the geometry of his space and the taste of his preferred brew. I trace the condensation paths on my cup, thinking of my own restless years, moving too fast, chasing horizons, driven by unnecessary fears. I'd always sought the grand adventure, the story written in bold script, never realizing the profound poetry in a routine quietly kept. He opens a leather-bound journal, the pages yellowed and thin, and begins to write with a fountain pen, letting the silence sink in. It's the beauty of the unsaid contract. The café provides the stage, and he provides the steady presence, turning a well-worn page. This small act of presence, performed without fanfare or need for applause, is perhaps the truest, most enduring form of romantic cause. Oh, these are the in-between moments, the quiet revolutions we miss, the aroma of patience, the lingering warmth of a profound, simple kiss. It's not about fireworks or declarations shouted from the highest towers. It's the gentle weight of knowing you belong, measured in coffee hours. The steady rhythm of the ordinary, the peace found in the familiar chair, is the quiet of parsley pop song playing softly in the cafe air. And I realize love isn't always storming in, sometimes it's just sitting there. I put down my cold cup and feel a shift deep within my chest. The need to chase the spectacular finally put to rest. Maybe my own blue scarf moment isn't a destination miles away, but the decision to truly settle into the beauty of today. To find the sacred in the mundane, the anchor in the daily grind. To stop looking forward and finally look at what I've left behind. The comfort isn't in the finding, it's in the faithful return. A lesson softly poured when I finally start to learn. The man with the blue scarf closes his journal, slides it into his bag. He gives Jane a genuine smile, no hurried movements, no lag. The rain has softened to a mist and a sliver of weak sunlight appears. And as he walks out, leaving only the scent of truth and forgotten fears, I don't feel lonely anymore, I feel connected to the thread of quiet permanence, the beautiful things routinely said. The hiss of the steamer fades out, leaving only the soft acoustic hum. And I order another chamomile, knowing exactly where I have come to truly be. Right here, right now. bell above the door sings a quiet, brassy note. 7:45 a.m. and the city's frantic hum is still remote. Sunlight slices through the window pane, dusty and gold, catching dust motes, dancing in stories yet untold. I'm perched on the corner stool, watching the steam rise high on the chipped porcelain cup, reflecting a clear blue sky. It smells like burnt sugar and rich dark roast, a comforting blend, a sanctuary where the frenetic rush finally comes to an end. The barista sighs, wiping down the counter with practiced grace. Every motion here holds a rhythm, a slow, deliberate taste. My notebook sits open, the pages blank and crisp and white, filled only with the residue of yesterday's restless flight. My mind was a highway, speeding past every single sign, trying to grasp the meaning of connections that were mine. But here the noise is muted, replaced by the clink of ceramic on ceramic, and the gentle murmur of conversation, almost academic. I watch the old man in the corner, reading the financial page, his life condensed to headlines on this quiet paper stage. He takes his coffee black, no sugar, the bitter truth he knows, and somehow in his stillness a deeper clarity grows. I realize I've been chased in the thunder, the dramatic sudden sound, missing the quiet resonance of the peace that can be found. There's a scratch on the wooden table right beside my thumb, a small dark lump. Maybe 100 stories pass here, shared over bread and wine. I hear the hiss of the steam and temporary sharp release, then the return to silence, restoring the internal peace. I notice the way the light catches the condensation on my glass, creating tiny rainbows that disappear too fast. We're all just waiting for something, for the next big thing to arrive, while life itself in these small moments manages to thrive. The woman across the room is sketching, oblivious to the world outside, lost in the mind she's drawing, nowhere left to hide. I envy that focus, that ability to hold the present tight, to find the profound depth hidden in the simple ordinary light. This ordinary place, this routine, predictable sight is holding all the answers I couldn't find last night. still. The small perfect moaner, brittle and complete and true, like the bitter dark coffee and the sweet fresh morning dew. This is where the story starts, this tiny beat in the space, finding the beautiful echo in this quiet, crowded place. And suddenly the rush outside seems meaningless and for I'm grounded here beneath this unassuming bright morning star. We spend so much time chasing a dramatic skyline view, searching for instant fireworks, something immediate I knew. But the real shift happens right here in the delicate in-between, in the quiet space where the unspoken essential truths are seen. It's the realization that patience is not a waiting game we lose. It's a mindful fire burning with the colors we choose. The world outside is spinning fast, a blurry frenzied race to win, but I found my anchor right here, letting the simple moments sink in.
The rain is tapping secrets on the glass, a slow syncopated beat. The air is thick with cardamom and steam, a warm predictable sweet. Just the low hum of the espresso machine and the soft scrape of a chair. This corner booth shielded from the street, perfectly suspended here. I watched the way the yellow light caught dust motes dancing in the beam, tracing constellations on the polished wood, lost inside a waking dream. My coffee's cooled down to lukewarm now, untouched, a forgotten shore. I was just counting minutes, waiting out the storm outside the door. Then your hand reached out to turn the page of a worn out paperback, and the sudden small movement brought the whole quiet afternoon back. It wasn't the way you smiled or spoke, or the color of your coat. It was the faint, almost invisible scar just above your throat, a tiny imperfection, a whisper of a history I didn't know. But seeing it right there in the soft cafe glow made everything slow. That little mark felt like the hinge of fate, suddenly revealed to me a silent, perfect metaphor for beautiful fragility, quiet and free. I memorized the shape of your shadow on the wall, the curve of your spine as you leaned in, and realized the searching I'd been doing had finally found where to begin. Oh, the quiet magic of the ordinary day, when the world just holds its breath. It takes 1,000 rainy afternoons to see the meaning past the stress and death. And now the aroma of the brewing light, it feels sharper, real and deep. Found the universe inside a coffee cup while the whole wide city slept. This is a moment I remember, when the silence finally spoke. The smallest thing you didn't hide, the spell it cast, the heart it woke. We spend our lives searching for the grand gesture, the cinematic sign, always looking too far ahead. But the real connection happens in the pause, in the detail that makes you mine instead. It's not the lightning strike or the grand stage play, it's the gentle steady rain upon the roof. Real love is just seeing someone clearly, forgetting all the planned refrain and needing no proof. And suddenly the storm outside doesn't matter, the future doesn't press against the glass. Only this shared perfect accident and this hope and this feeling will last. The piano player starts a soft progression, 3 chords melting into 4. The steam is rising slower from my cup, I don't feel hurried anymore, waiting for the door. You finally look up and our eyes meet, just a fleeting casual glance across the room. But the cafe lights are shining brighter now, caught in this quiet, perfect chance to bloom. The rain has softened to a drizzle, washing clean the afternoon slate, and the scar remains a secret shared, sealing our unexpected fate.
The window glass is fogging up, it's raining soft and low. The scent of cardamom and milk where the steady regulars go. A low wattage lamp above my head casts a circle warm and gold, and the grinder sighs a gentle sound, a story to be told. I trace the condensation lines, a quiet, simple art, feeling the slow, steady rhythm beating in the cafe's heart. My fingers run along the spine of a paperback I found, dog-eared pages, faded ink, without a single sound. It's the kind of novel left behind, forgotten on a shelf, but every stain and creased up corner speaks volumes of itself. I picture the hands that held it last, perhaps a hurried goodbye, a half-finished thought, a whispered promise beneath a cloudy sky. And I wonder if they ever think of this little wooden table where life slowed down enough to hear the ending of the fable. The barista calls a name I don't know, a muffled, friendly tone, and suddenly I realize I haven't checked my phone. No urgent buzz and no demanding screen to pull my focus wide, just the perfect temperature of tea and nowhere left to hide. It's a luxury, this lack of rush, this pause between the beats, watching how the light refracts across the cobbled narrow streets. This moment isn't monumental, it won't make history's page, but it feels like turning softly to the best part of the stage. Oh, the quiet hum of the cafe where the world homes far, we find our solace in the steam beneath the tiny star. It's not the grand adventure or the bold and sweeping plan. It's the warmth inside the mug held gently in my hand. These small forgotten moments strung together, fine and true, are the unexpected anchors that carry me right through. I close the book, the narrative fades, the fictional dust settles down. The comfort isn't in the ending or the characters in town. It's in the acceptance of the now, the simple fact of being here, letting the ghost of yesterday dissolve and disappear. The rain has stopped, a sliver of sun breaks through the muted gray, and I understand that peace is found in the quiet of the day. The bell above the heavy door rings soft, a final chime, leaving only residual warmth and the slow passing of time. The chair scrapes back the floorboard sigh, a memory I keep, this little corner of the world where all my worries sleep. Just the afterglow of coffee beans and the promise of the next slow rain and the lasting echo of a moment, simple and humane.
Window pane is weeping slow, catching the city's neon glow. Inside the ancient radiator sighs, and the warm air comforts tired eyes. The steady hiss of the milk steamer cuts through the low murmur of conversation, a soundtrack to deep introspection. It's always this hour when the rush fades and the day settles into a muted amber hue. The scent of burnt sugar and dark roasted beans clings to the wool of my scarf. I'm nestled in the last booth, the cracked leather offering a familiar comforting embrace, a silent witness to countless unfinished narratives. I watch the clock hands crawl, marking time not by minutes but by the quiet, predictable habits of the regulars. And there you are, exactly where the shaft of afternoon light lands best. Your jacket draped over the back of the chair, a subtle worn out olive vest. You trace the rim of your chipped ceramic mug, the same rhythmic gesture every day. Black coffee, double shots served in the mismatched speckled gray cup. They know your ritual here, they never ask. You open that heavy linen bound book, the edges frayed like old silk thread. It's always the same passage, I swear. Maybe a verse, maybe a phrase you need to read to anchor the day inside your head. I've seen that crease on page 44 100 afternoons before. We share the space, the sanctuary built of brick and soft jazz, two islands separated by a sea of polished wood and glass. I am supposed to be writing, wrestling structure from the chaos on my screen, but my focus drifts to your quiet stature, to the peace you cultivate between the lines. My world spins fast, a calendar of urgent demands and flickering, unstable phone lights. I chase the fleeting trends, the sudden sharp alarms, navigating uncertain days and sleepless nights. But your deliberate, unhurried pace, the way you sip and pause and read, offers a blueprint for a simpler grace, a deeply planted resilient seed.
You are a lesson in stillness, a silent masterclass in the art of being precisely where you need to be, needing nothing more than the warmth of the brew and the company of poetry. You are the fixed star in this universe of fleeting things. All these gilded small town moments brewed in amber light and steam, they are the quiet, sturdy components of a fragile wakened dream. We are just two souls suspended here beneath the low hum of the espresso machine, finding solace in the atmosphere where the chaos of the world is unseen. This gentle, unspoken history written on a coaster lost in the noise. This is the simple, crucial victory, the joy that routine employs, the comfort of the known space, the steady beat of the cafe tune beneath the light of the waning moon. Suddenly you lift your gaze, not towards me but out past the glass to the street where the evening haze begins to settle and softly pass. And in that moment the shared humanity is clear, the quiet struggle, the need to pause. It's not just a coffee, not just a year of repeating the same fundamental laws. It's the intentional choice to find the beautiful in the predictable rhythm, the courage to hold on to a small, steadfast frame while the rest of life moves with blistering speed and sudden, reckless flame. That predictability is the truest form of grace, a sanctuary built not of stone, but of time and place. The realization hits me sharply, we all crave this corner of quiet certainty. The waitress quietly refills my water glass. You close your book with a soundless finality, gathering the fragments of the hour that passed. You stand, smooth out the creases in your worn tweed coat, and offer a barely perceptible nod to the barista. The bell chimes out a final, soft goodbye as you step back into the silver rain. The warmth of your presence lingers, a ghost of calm amidst the caffeine stain. And I realized, staring at the empty chair, that stability isn't boring. It's the quiet strength that lets us dare to face the uncertainty of tomorrow. The cafe stays open, holding its breath, waiting for the return of tomorrow's repeating. Sacred breath, the slow drip of the afternoon, the echo of a perfect, meaningful afternoon.
The bell above the door chimed low, a muted brass confession. Rain slicked the pavement outside, reflect the hurried geometry of traffic lights. But here the air was warm and still, scent of dark roast and old paper, the gentle hiss of the steamer, a bite of white noise, anchor sunlight, pale and hesitant, finally broke through the clouds, cutting a diagonal of gold across the worn wooden floorboards. Always the same corner table near the window where I can watch the world rush past. past without being swept away by its current. My chipped ceramic mug holds a universe of quiet contemplation, a sanctuary in the city's roar. My usual order, black coffee, a small reliable act of faith in the morning routine. I watch the baristas move like dancers in a slow motion ballet behind the counter, knowing the rhythm of every spoon, every sigh and every perfectly pulled shot across the room. The woman with the navy scarf and the well-loved copy of Kerouac sat beneath the flickering Edison bulb. She never looked up from the page, just turned the thin sheets with the thoughtful precision of someone searching for a misplaced memory within the prose. Her presence was a silent, comfortable fixture, another piece of the café's necessarily architecture. Outside, the city screams its deadlines and its frantic rush toward nowhere important, demanding attention with every horn blast and siren wail. But in this bubble, insulated by the sound of fingers tapping gently on keyboards and the soft murmur of low, respectful conversation, time slows down to a manageable pace. I realized we were all just refugees from the noise, sharing this temporary, unspoken sanctuary, held together by the mutual agreement of quiet companionship. A worn-out leather briefcase resting beside her chair told a silent story of late nights, early trains and ambition, a story I felt I somehow knew intimately, though we'd never exchanged a single word. Oh, these are the moments that truly matter, stitched into the invisible seams of the ordinary day. The simple sound of a spoon hitting a porcelain saucer, the perfect brief angle of the afternoon light catching dust motes in the air. It's not the grand explosive gestures, darling, it's the stillness right here in the gentle hum of the cafe, finding the masterpiece hidden inside the mundane, the quiet, persistent poetry of shared, unhurried space. This quiet moment, this is where the real world begins. I used to chase the spectacular, the lightning strike of inspiration, and the sudden dramatic life-altering change. Now I understand the profound, sustaining strength in the predictable comfort, the gentle daily grace of knowing exactly where I belong. For these fleeting 40 minutes every morning, the steam rising from my cup is a small, ethereal cloud carrying all my anxieties and external pressures away, leaving only the clear, unburdened clarity of the present moment and the taste of bitter truth. The world can wait outside the glass. Last sip is cool and bittersweet, a final necessary punctuation mark on the morning's meditation. I slide my chair back, the soft scrape barely audible against the ambient noise. The woman across the way finally closes her book with a decisive snap. A ghost of a smile touching her lips, maybe for the words she just finished, or maybe for the simple, quiet peace she found. I step back into the cool, damp rain, but the warmth of the cafe stays wrapped around me. A silent, lasting promise carried in my bones. The city is loud again, demanding its due, but now I carry the stillness within its rush.
Soft silver streaks down the arch window pane. It's a Tuesday afternoon, draped in a gentle hazy light. The air is thick with the scent of aged cardamom and fresh wood grain, and the low consistent hiss of the espresso machine burning bright. There's a warm amber glow from the pendant lights above the bar, casting long lazy shadows that stretch and sway on the floor. A quiet murmur of voices like notes played on a distant guitar. This haven feels miles away from the rush outside the door. I settle into the corner booth, worn leather comforting and deep. The atmosphere itself seems to hold its breath and gently keep a sacred silence, where all the hurried worries fall asleep. My coffee cup is cool in a porcelain island of rich dark brown. I trace the chipped rim with a slow contingent finger, watching the steam dissipate, settling softly down, while the small necessary details of the moment linger. I pull out the old notebook, its canvas spine cracked and soft to the touch. It holds the weight of all the half-formed thoughts I couldn't quite contain. I realize the frantic search for meaning doesn't require too much, just the willingness to sit and listen to the steady falling rain. I notice the barista wiping the counter with meticulous care. His movements are a silent ballet, focused and precise. He doesn't rush the process, there's no unnecessary flair, just a deep commitment to the simple art of breaking the ice. It's this deliberate slowness, this refusal to be hurried or pressed, that unlocks a subtle, profound peace deep within my chest. Across the room, bathed in the glow of a small antique lamp, a woman with silver woven gracefully into her hair sits alone. She's wearing a concentration that is focused, still and damp, like a delicate artifact carved from smooth, polished stone. She's not scrolling or clicking, she's immersed in the vast white space of a large, heavy book, turning the pages with reverence and grace. Her expression is one of deep recognition, finding a familiar place, a silent connection to the words that only she can embrace. I watch her sip her tea, a small, controlled motion of her hand, and suddenly the noise of my own internal is a choice carefully planned, a refusal to let the chaos of tomorrow steal the quiet of today. She is a pillar of solitude, teaching me without a single word that the most meaningful conversations are often those unheard. Oh, this is where the quiet finds its gentle, resonant voice in the subtle click of ceramic, the delicate rustle of a page turning slow, making a deliberate, soft and solitary choice to step outside the rapid current and watch the real world flow. These are the small, unscripted, beautiful scenes, the warmth that settles deep beneath the skin, steady and true, sipping on the silent, golden in-betweens. This is where the simple life begins anew. The grandfather clock above the counter ticks loud, almost insistent, but its rhythm feels like a gentle background anchor, not a threat. I feel a sudden, profound and peaceful resistance to rushing back to the things I haven't mastered yet. It's not about the grand sweeping statement or the loud dramatic call. It's in the steady patient drip of the cold brew concentrate. It's the realization that sometimes the smallest space holds it all, a moment of soft, perfect abandon where hurried hearts find their true gate. The weight of expectations lifts like steam from a fresh pour, leaving behind only the clean clarity of the moment, nothing more. I am entirely present, rooted in the worn wooden floor. The final sip of coffee is bittersweet and cool on my tongue. The rain has ceased entirely, leaving the pavement outside clean and bright. I close the journal, a new chapter softly sung, carrying the residue of the café's tranquil light. I rise slowly, leaving a silent thank you for the time. The cafe door chimes a gentle silver lingering sound. I step back into the evening, but the world feels like a softer rhyme, because these small meaningful moments are sacred ground.
Rain is a soft percussion on the frosted pane, a steady muted rhythm against the city's frantic strain. Inside this sanctuary, it's all cedar wood and steam milk, the air thick with the promise of cinnamon and the scent of old paper bags. I'm tucked into the back booth, watching the condensation creep down the glass, a solitary island in a sea of gentle, indistinct chatter. The espresso machine sighs, a comforting mechanical breath that serves as the backdrop to the afternoon slow unfolding. The light is amber and low, filtering out the harshness of the weekday world. I feel the weight of the week lift off my shoulders, replaced by the simple comfort of this quiet, temporary refuge. Everyone here is rushing toward some inevitable destination, tapping screens, chasing deadlines, living life in fast-forward motion. Their faces illuminated by the frantic glow of their devices. But then my eyes settle on him, over by the window where the light is pale and gray. An old man, maybe 80 years old, wearing a perfectly pressed tweed cap and the look of absolute unhurried concentration. He's got a cup of black coffee untouched, the last wisps of steam fading away like a forgotten memory, a ghost of heat. His hands gnarled and wise cradle a worn leather-bound journal, the pages yellowed at the edges from time and frequent turning. He's not looking at his phone, he's not checking the time, he's not waiting for anyone. He's just there, a monument to patience, in a world built on impatience. He seems to exist outside the current of time, moored in his own deliberate pace. He dips his fountain pen slowly, deliberately into the small brass inkwell he carried in his inside pocket, a beautiful archaic relic in this age of instant messaging and fleeting thought. The faint scratch of the nib on the heavy cream-colored paper is the clearest sound in the room, a whispered secret only I seem privy to, a sound that demands respect. Each stroke he makes is a commitment, a careful placement of a thought that must be honored, recorded and preserved against the erosion of forgetfulness. It's not a grocery list or a work memo, judging by the intensity in his brow. It's an epic contained within the confines of that small, quiet moment. He paused, looks up at the diminishing rain and smiles faintly, not at anything specific, but at the sheer, simple grace of existing and having the time to notice it. That small, profound gesture stops my own frantic internal clock, forcing me to breathe deeper. Oh, this is the quiet archaeology of time, where moments don't just pass, they settle and deepen like sediment at the bottom of a river. It's the resonant sound of paper and ink, the simple undeniable truth of one breath held and then gently released. We're all chasing distance, spectacular fireworks, but the real enduring light is just the slow, steady burn in the corner booth, the dedication to the small task, finding eternity in the space between the sip and the swallow, watching the world write its own beautiful unedited story. That's the heavy, undeniable weight of a gentle afternoon, captured in silent observation. I realize I've been waiting for grand, undeniable announcements, for trumpets to sound and curtains to rise before I start truly living or creating anything. But maybe life is just a series of these deliberate, tiny inscriptions done with care and intention, even if no one else ever reads them or acknowledges their existence. That old man isn't documenting history for the masses, he's practicing radical presence, honoring his own internal landscape. He's teaching me without ever speaking a single word that the meaning isn't in the spectacular ending, but in the meticulous beauty of the creation itself, in the choosing of the pen and the quality of the paper. The rain finally stops and a sudden weak shaft of sunlight cuts across his table, illuminating the careful, elegant script like a sudden revelation. He closes the heavy leather-bound book, smooths the cover with his thumb, a final protective gesture, tucks the pen away and finally takes a long, slow drink. Then the now cool coffee, savoring the bitterness, he nods nods once to the empty space in front of him, a silent acknowledgement of the day's completed work. And then he's gone, melting back into the hurried, indifferent street outside. But the warmth he left behind, the residue of quiet dedication and focused energy lingers on my table, a quiet instruction etched into the air. And for the first time all week, I don't instinctively reach for my phone. I just sit and listen to the beautiful, expansive silence he created. The rain outside is just a rumor of noise filtered through the condensation on the glass. A quiet world of worn-out wooden joys where hurried footsteps never seem to pass. I'm sitting here beneath the amber light, watching steam ascend from porcelain white. This heavy sweater feels like armor built for ease, and all my anxious thoughts have gone to sleep among the trees. Oh, this slow tempo of the afternoon is the only kind of music I require. Just the gentle hum beneath the silver moon, or the scent of dark roast rising from the fire, into longing not for something grand or new, but it for the simple fact that time can pause right here with you, in this cozy corner where the shadows fall so deep. This is the silent promise that I always try to keep. The waitress glides a phantom in the flow of customers who only stop to go. They grab their fuel and check their glowing screens, missing the quiet magic of the intervening scenes. But I am anchored here, watching dust motes dance, caught within the sun's last fleeting glance. I trace the rings left by 1,000 cups before, and wonder what small story stained this table's core. Oh, this slow tempo of the afternoon is the only kind of music I require. Just the gentle hum beneath the silver moon, or the scent of dark roast rising from the fire, to gentle longing not for something grand or new, but for the simple fact that time can pause right here with you, in this cozy corner where the shadows fall so deep. This is the silent promise that I always try to keep. There's a novel open, spine cracked just enough, but I haven't turned a page, the narrative is tough. When the real world happened right beside my chair is richer than the drama written anywhere. I listen to the whisper of the steam one sigh, a momentary breath beneath a tired sky, and every sip is warm, a meditation slow on all the places that I didn't have to go. I watch a couple sharing secrets leaned in close. They don't know that their silent comfort glows, reflecting back the missing piece I tend to crave, the quiet certainty that small connections save. It's not sadness, just a recognition clear that life is made of moments held so very near. And if I close my eyes, I can almost feel the air before the rush began, before the heavy weight of care. When simple things like sugar packets stacked in white were enough to fill the canvas of the fading light. This gentle longing isn't tied to history or fate, it's just the wish to stay suspended at this gate, between the chaos waiting and the peace that holds me tight. to be perpetually bathed in this sepia cafe light. I could sit here until the velvet curtain falls and night begins, forgiving all my failures, forgetting all my sins. Because the rhythm of the grinder and the clink of ice on glass proves that even stillness is a thing that surely has to pass. But oh, for now I'll linger, letting minutes softly stray, lost inside the comfort of this ordinary day. The smell of roasted beans hangs heavy in the air, a specific brand of warmth that shows the world it cares. I count the tiny bubbles resting on the creamer's edge and feel the worn out texture of the window ledge. The condensation forms a slow and steady tear, mirroring the longing that I didn't know was there. It's the longing for the safety of a self-imposed delay, to push the deadlines and the urgency away. I find a certain solace in the low fidelity sound of chairs scraping back against the polished ground, and the distant clatter from the kitchen's hidden room, dispelling every hint of impending doom. Oh, this slow tempo of the afternoon is the only kind of music I require. Just the gentle hum beneath the silver moon, or the scent of dark roast rising from the fire. It's a gentle longing, not for something grand or new, but before the simple fact that time can pause right here with you, in this cozy corner where the shadows fall so deep. This is the silent promise that I always try to keep. Just the promise of the steam and the worn out wood. I'll stay right here, I think, just 20 minutes more. The rain paints streaks on the window glass, a muted watercolor gray outside. Inside, the air is thick with vanilla steam and the low steady hum of the espresso machine, a quiet almost medic sound. I'm tucked into the corner booth, worn leather holding the shape of countless previous guests. Time moves differently here, measured by the slow drip of the pour-over coffee maker and the gentle percussion of spoons hitting ceramic. The lighting is amber, soft and forgiving, casting long shadows that pool beneath the tables. It's the kind of Tuesday afternoon where the world feels distant, and the only pressing agenda is the warming of your hands around a mug. You sit 3 tables away, backlit by the window's pale diffused light. You're tracing the rim of your mug with one finger, lost somewhere between the second hand and the next cup. The book you brought remains closed, spine unbroken, resting beside a half-eaten almond, croissant dusted lightly with powdered sugar. It's not sadness that holds your posture, just a deep, still contemplation. Your gaze is fixed on a point far beyond the opposite wall, a quiet pause in the rush of a loud, demanding world. You adjust the scarf around your neck, a small, unconscious movement that speaks volumes of introspection. I feel like an accidental witness to a private moment of profound stillness. I wonder what weight you carry today, What silent symphony plays behind the curtain of your eyes? A difficult phone call that ended abruptly, the simple exhaustion of being perpetually on for everyone else. Or maybe just the deep, quiet satisfaction of having nowhere else to be. We are strangers sharing the same accidental refuge, two ships anchored momentarily in this harbor of dark wood and caffeine. The melody the pianist is playing is slow and deliberate, a minor key that feels honest, perfect blistering the necessity of this moment. We are breathing the same recycled air, two temporary fixtures in this warm, fragrant space, finding solace in the shared anonymity of the afternoon. Oh, these small stolen moments wrapped in the scent of burnt sugar and old paper. This is the geometry of grace, the unscheduled stillness, where the world outside fades to whisper, and all that remains is the clean, simple truth of existing right here, right now. Just the low light and the quiet, comforting space between the notes we found, the hidden pocket of time, the perfect unhurried breath in the middle of a frantic week. And for just this span, everything outside the perimeter of this cafe can wait. Maybe connection isn't always a conversation or a grand declaration shouted across a crowded room. Sometimes it's the invisible thread woven between two people, understand without speaking that solitude doesn't equate to loneliness. It's the silent agreement to simply be, knowing that this pause is necessary before stepping back into the current. It's a momentary perfect harmony built on unspoken acknowledgement, a silent nod to the shared human need for sanctuary. The realization hits me with the clarity of a cold espresso shot. We are all just looking for a quiet place to put down our burdens, even if only for the length of a double shot, in a slow song. You finally gather your coat, the small ritual of rising, breaking the enchantment. You leave behind only the ghost of steam rising from your empty cup and a single neatly folded napkin. I watch the door close, the bell giving a final gentle chime that settles the dust of the air. The rain has stopped now, leaving the pavement glistening, but the feeling of that shared quiet afternoon, it stays warm and permanent, pressed between the pages of a memory I didn't know I needed. The lingering warmth of just one more coffee remains, a quiet promise of peace. The hiss of the steamer, a low hum in the air, just the sound of the world deciding to care. Rain tapping lightly, a rhythm on the pane, washing the city clean again. Soft acoustic guitar melody begins, slow and deliberate. I found my corner, worn leather and dark wood grain, watching the strangers come in from a cold rain. Every jacket shedding droplets on the floor, every hurried step slowing down at the door. The barista calls out a name I don't know, but the sound settles softly, moving slow. It's a symphony of small things, perfectly timed, a sanctuary built for the afflicted mind. This is where the hurried heart learns to rest, putting its worries gently to the test. I watched a couple sharing one headphone split, lost in their own world, perfectly lit. I envy that quiet, unspoken understanding, the simple comfort of two hands demanding nothing more than the moment, the warmth, the shared view, something that feels beautifully, profoundly true. Oh, this quiet corner bathed in amber light, where the silence holds the sound just right, is the taste of bitter coffee, sweetened by the day, the gentle longing that won't drift away. I'm just waiting for a sign, or maybe just the strength to move in this perfect temporary golden groove. It's not sadness, just the space between the notes, a warm familiar whisper in my throat. The scent of cinnamon and dark roasted bean, the most comforting aroma I have ever seen or smelled. Rather a blanket woven tight, pulling me deeper into the afternoon light. I watch the steam curl from the porcelain cup, a tiny fleeting spiral rising up. I trace the chip rim with my thumb, remembering hands the way you used to understand my silent demands. We used to share this space, two souls in the haze, lost in the quiet rhythm of these cafe days. Now the seat across is empty but not cold, just holding a story that remains untold. I open the book I brought, but the words blur and fade, distracted by the memories we made. Every shadow here reminds me of your smile, just for a breath, just for a little while. Oh, this quiet corner bathed in amber light, where the silence holds the sound just right. It's the taste of bitter coffee, sweetened by the day, the gentle longing that won't drift away. I'm just waiting for a sign, or maybe just the strength to move in this perfect temporary golden groove. It's not sadness, just the space between the notes, a warm familiar whisper in my throat. The clock on the wall ticks louder than my thoughts, measuring moments that are tangled in knots. I didn't come here to mourn what we lost, no, but to pay respect to the emotional cost. This cafe is a keeper of secrets in time, where every memory feels perfectly prime. If I close my eyes, I can hear your soft sigh, see the way the lamplight caught your eye. It's a gentle haunting, a peaceful slow wake, the kind of beauty that only small moments make. I could sit here forever, letting the world spin, just listening to the quiet pull from within. The world rushes outside, a blur of hurried feet, but inside these four walls the feeling is complete. I sip the last drop, the residue is sweet and dark, leaving this comforting, familiar mark. I realize the longing isn't for you to return, but for the simple lesson that I had to learn, that even alone, surrounded by strangers and sound, this profound sense of peace can still be found. It's the beauty of the pause, the deep, slow breath drawn, waiting patiently for the coming dawn. A new patron enters, shaking off the chill, ordering something sweet, standing perfectly still. The murmur of conversation, a soft low tide, where people share stories they usually hide. I pull out my notebook filled with half-formed lines, trying to capture the way this moment shines. I write about the chip mug and the worn tabletop, and the single perfect moment when the rain seemed to stop. The light shifts again, turning from gold to gray, marking the slow surrender of the day. But the warmth remains trapped beneath the roof, a comfort and undeniable daily proof that life moves on sometimes with a quiet grace, reflected in the window of this familiar place. And I know I'll come back here when I need to feel anchored, where every small detail is perfectly banked and treasured. Oh, this quiet corner bathed in amber light, where the silence holds the sound just right. It's the taste of bitter coffee, sweetened by the day, the gentle longing that won't drift away. I'm just waiting for a sign, or maybe just the strength to move in this perfect temporary golden groove. It's not sadness, just the space between the notes. The steamer is silent now, the chairs are being stacked somehow, just the echo of a guitar string, the peace this quiet corner brings, just the peace this corner brings. Long, slow fade out, long, slow fade out, long, slow fade out. Oh, long, slow fade out, long, slow fade out, long, slow fade out.
The rain outside is a steady, soft percussion on the awning. The air is thick with the scent of steamed milk and old leather. The cellar lines start slow, barely audible above the hiss of the espresso machine. I'm tucked into the warm velvet booth by the window, watching the streetlights bloom through the condensation. It's the golden hour in the corner bean, where time slows down to the pace of a slow drip filter.
It's always the third chair from the back, where the low sun hits just right in the late afternoon.
My notebook is open, but the page stays blank. I trace the rim of the porcelain mug, feeling the residual warmth. The dark,
comforting anchor in a fast-moving day.
the clock on the wall ticks with a gentle, patient rhythm, utterly ignoring the alarm set on my phone.
We all sit here, strangers sharing the silence, each wrapped up in our own small necessary pause.
The soft strum of the guitar feels like the room itself is breathing, inhaling the chaos and exhaling only quiet. Across the room, a woman is reading a paperback, spine crack exactly in the middle. She sips her chai latte, pauses, and then smooths down a page corner with a quiet, deliberate reverence. It's such a tiny movement, yet it catches my breath. It's not a grand gesture or a cinematic moment, it's just the beauty of someone existing completely quietly in their own space. This shared atmosphere, this unspoken understanding that sometimes the world needs to simply stop spinning for a minute, and that this stillness is productive in its own way. The cello swells slightly as she looks up, meeting my eyes for just a second.
A silent acknowledgement of shared space.
Then back to the story. Oh, the quiet architecture of a coffee shop day, where the mundane details just melt the stress away. These are the moments, the unwritten poetry hidden in the steam, more meaningful than any far-off, impossible dream. A slow cello sigh, a guitar strum that fades into the wood grain, finding the beautiful anchor in the sound of falling rain. This small warm room is where I learned to breathe again. For the lightning strike, the sudden dramatic shift that would define my life. I was always searching for the peak of the mountain, missing the beauty of the valley floor. But the truth is softer, warmer, residing right here in the consistent, gentle glow of this incandescent bulb. It's not about finding the perfect destination, it's about appreciating the perfect pause. The realization hits, contentment isn't loud, it whispers over the gentle clinking of ceramic. The big answers reside in the smallest observations. The warmth of the cup has completely faded now, replaced by the deep settled warmth inside my chest. I close the notebook, still blank, but somehow full of things I couldn't write down. The cello line resolves into a single held note, the final chord hanging in the air like dust motes in the window light. I stand up, leaving the ghost of my presence in the worn velvet, stepping back into the drizzle. The city feels less frantic, the noise less sharp, carrying the quiet architecture of this moment with me. Carrying the pause, carrying the pause.